Your cat spends all day pretending you don't exist, walks past you, ignores you, acts like you're furniture. Then the second the lights go off, suddenly they're on your chest, under your chin, meowing at 2 a.m. like you owe them something. Most owners laugh it off as just cat behavior, but what's actually happening at night is something completely different from what you think. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why, and it might change how you respond to that little shadow in the dark. 1. Daytime isn't rejection. Have you ever noticed your cat seems perfectly content ignoring you all morning? Not hiding, not upset, just unbothered. Most people assume it means their cat doesn't really care about them. Here's what's actually happening. Cats are crepuscular by nature, meaning their nervous system is most active at dusk and dawn, not midday. International Cat Care confirms that cats naturally cycle through rest and alertness in short bursts throughout the day, with peak energy at the edges of daylight, so that heavy-lidded, uninterested cat on the couch at noon isn't being cold. Their biology is simply in low gear. You're not being ignored. You're just not on their internal clock right now. Here's why this matters. Daytime distance isn't emotional distance. Your cat isn't building resentment or choosing someone else. They're conserving energy for the hours when their instincts actually fire. The relationship is still there. It's just resting. So the next time your cat walks past you like you're invisible at 11 a.m., they're not over you. They're just not awake yet. And there's one more layer to the nighttime behavior that most owners completely miss. We'll get to that at the end. 2. Night activates something ancient. Have you ever noticed your cat gets a burst of energy right around the time you're winding down? Running around chirping, suddenly alert when everything else is quiet. Most people assume it's random chaos or just the zoomies. Here's what's actually happening. That evening surge is ancient wiring. Cats evolved as hunters in low-light conditions, and dusk triggers a genuine neurological shift. Senses sharpen, energy spikes, and the drive to move and seek connection increases. A paper in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior notes that cats in domestic settings still follow crepuscular activity patterns, peaking in the early evening and again before dawn. That sudden life your cat gets at 9 p.m. isn't random. It's their system waking up for the hours it was built for. Here's why this matters. When your cat starts orbiting you at night, they're entering their most alert, most social state of the day, and you happen to be right there, settling in, slowing down, staying still. From their perspective, you finally become available at exactly the right moment. 3. You become safe at night. Have you ever noticed your cat gets closer to you specifically when the house gets quiet? Not just when you sit down, but when the whole environment settles. Most people assume their cat just wants warmth. Here's what's actually happening. Nighttime changes the sensory landscape for a cat. Less noise, less movement, fewer unpredictable things happening. Cornell's Feline Health Center notes that cats are highly sensitive to environmental stimulation, and a calmer environment lowers their baseline stress. When the house quiets and you become a still, predictable presence, your cat's nervous system settles, and they naturally move toward the source of that calm. That source is you. Here's why this matters. Your cat isn't suddenly needier at night. They're simply more comfortable being close when the world stops demanding so much of their attention. You're not their last option when things go quiet. You're their first choice when things finally feel safe enough to show it. If this is making you see your cat differently, hit like and subscribe. It genuinely helps us reach more cat owners who want to understand what their cat is really saying. 4. They know you're not going anywhere. Have you ever noticed your cat seems more persistent about getting your attention at night than at any other point in the day? Almost like they know they have you. Most people assume cats are just opportunistic. Here's what's actually happening. They are, but in a more sophisticated way than we give them credit for. Research on cat-human interaction, including work referenced by the PLOS-ONE voice mapping study from 2021, shows cats track owner behavior and learn predictable patterns. At night, your pattern is consistent. You lie down, you stay, you don't leave for hours. Your cat has memorized this. They're not being clingy. They're being strategic about when to seek connection with the person who matters to them. Here's why this matters. Your cat chooses nighttime because nighttime is when you're actually available in the way they need. No phone calls, no rushing out the door, no distractions pulling you away. To your cat, bedtime might be the most reliable moment of the whole day to just be near you without interruption. They're not keeping you up. They're finally getting the time with you they've been waiting for all day. 5. What if it suddenly stops? Have you ever had a cat that always came to you at night and then one day just didn't? Most owners assume their cat is going through a phase or just changed their habits. Here's Here's what's actually happening. Sometimes that's true, but VCA Animal Hospitals notes that changes in a cat's social behavior, especially withdrawal from a person they usually seek out, can be one of the earliest signs that something is physically or emotionally off. Sick cats often hide or reduce contact before any obvious symptoms appear. Other causes include pain, anxiety, or changes in the household that disrupted their sense of safety. Here's why this matters. If your cat stops their nighttime routine and nothing else has changed, just watch. But if that change comes with lower energy, less appetite, more hiding, or different litter box habits, don't wait. A vet visit is worth it. Your cat's nighttime rituals are part of their baseline. A shift in that baseline is information. The behavior itself is sweet. A change in the behavior can be important. 6. This is what attachment looks like in a cat. Remember earlier when I said there was something most owners completely miss about the nighttime behavior? This is it. Have you ever noticed your cat doesn't just sit near you at night? They position themselves specifically on or against you, often watching the room from that spot. Most people think it's just about body heat. Here's what's actually happening. The 2019 Oregon State University study found that the majority of cats display secure attachment to their owners, the same kind of bond seen between children and caregivers. Secure attachment means your cat uses you as a safe base. At night, when defenses are down and the world is dark, that attachment becomes most visible. They're not just sleeping on you. They're choosing the safest spot in the house, and that spot is wherever you are. Here's why this matters. Nighttime closeness isn't clinginess. It's your cat showing you the most honest thing they can show. That with you, they feel safe enough to be completely still. That's not nothing. For a cat, that's everything. Your cat ignores you all day, then won't leave you alone at night. Now, you know why. Their biology keeps them quiet during daylight hours. Nighttime activates them, settles the world around them, and brings out the attachment they carry all day, but rarely show. That shadow on your pillow, that purr at 2 a.m., that head pressing against your chin. It was never random. It was never just habit. It was your cat finally getting the one thing they'd been waiting for all day. You.